Them toenails, though. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts strongest, most powerful, most badass character from the Naruto Shippuden series, Itachi Uchiha. First off, I gotta say that this box definitely does fit the character, or should I say the sexy packaging, and man, is this packaging sexy. You got Itachi right here on the side. I'm pretty sure this says Itachi right here. I'm almost certain. SH Figuarts, Itachi, Warren, 15 and up, Bandai, Tamashii Nation, so you know that it's real. Naruto Shippuden sticker right there. Japanese stuff down at the bottom. I can't read. Itachi Uchiha backwards for some reason, but yeah, it's right there with the Mangekyo Sharingan. Itachi, Uchiha Itachi again for some reason backwards. I guess they just wanted to put Uchiha Itachi, but who cares? Mangekyo Sharingan right there, nothing at the top. Cool image of him right here on the side with the word Itachi right there. Like I said, I'm sure that's what it says. Stuff down here that really doesn't matter, and then the back. As you guys can see, I got the Japanese version, so I can't read any of this to you other than movable optional parts and explain these cool poses that you get to see Itachi in on the back, also with a few alternate expressions. So yeah, this figure, man, I'm stoked for it. I've seen some reviews of it. I've seen people posing it in pictures, and I really hope that it's as cool as I think it's going to be. But with that said, let's go ahead and pop this guy out of the packaging and see if he's worth what I spent on him. Now, right out of the packaging, I must say that this guy is just as awesome as I thought he was going to be. Like, man, this figure feels nice. I highly recommend it already. I haven't even taken the jacket off of this guy, but like I said, it just looks and feels nice. And the detail in it, it's kind of something you would miss just looking at it through the packaging, because I've had this for a few days now, and for some reason I just haven't opened it. I haven't reviewed it. I wanted to review it straight out of the package, and that's usually how I do my reviews, straight out of the package. So I just didn't open it, and I don't know why, because man, just holding this in hand, it feels awesome. It gives you definitely the look of the character. Let me move the lights a little bit so you get a better view on his face, but man, it looks so nice. I am loving this figure already. But for those of you who don't have it, if you collect the Naruto line, this is a must-have. It's Itachi, and that's just how I see it. Simply because of who he is, this is a needed figure. But one thing I will say about the cloth before I remove it, it's awesome. The cloak is so awesome, man. It's this real soft plastic, and you can move it around. You can't get many poses out of it, but just for the look of it, it's awesome. And anyway, let's go ahead and check out the height on this guy real quick. Itachi stands at about a little bit under 6 inches, and it feels like he's probably a little bit too small, but we'll find that out in just a second when I get to the size comparisons towards the end of the video. But anyway, let's take a look at a few more aesthetics from this guy. Now, as you guys can see, I got the Jutsu hand on here, and you can pretty much interchange this hand with any one of the hands that he has. So it's pretty easy. It's just this little slot right there, and you can put the hand in there. And as you see, there's still plastic on there. I'm gonna have to get that off in a minute. But yeah, this piece right here hooks right into this hole, and that's how you get the jacket on him. After, however, you remove the arms, which this looks very strange, but I mean, he couldn't get his arms in the jacket because they can't go through here. I figured that would be pretty cool if the arms could have went through there, but hey, whatever. I don't know. He didn't really have it on much during the fight with Sasuke, I don't think. I remember him taking it off. I think it was after he got hit with the Kirin. But anyway, here are the arms, and they're pretty simple to put on from what I've seen. You just pop this on in there. Let me see if it'll look easy on my video compared to some of the other ones. Put it in there like that, and apparently you just push on it until it pops. Hopefully it doesn't pop and break. It's a little harder on mine. Alright, I think I got it. Yeah, it's moving around pretty well. I'm not hearing any sounds or anything like it's breaking. So yeah, it goes on just like that, and I'm pretty sure the other one goes the exact same way. Slide that on up in there. Don't break. Oh, there was a pop. That one popped on. I didn't hear it on this one. Maybe this one isn't on completely, but yeah, just like that, you put the arms on him. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this plastic off of him, and then we'll continue with this review. Now, this figure looks absolutely amazing. Just as I said, the only thing that I wish about it was that it came with a little bit more shading. And one thing I've noticed about Bandai lately is that the more and more they up the quality of their figures, as far as looks and characters and just design overall, it seems like we get less shading. I remember in old figures that they used to make, there was so much shading in the faces and just body parts and especially clothing, but now there's really not shading in any of the new figures. I don't know why they're going that route, but it's probably to save money, because I know they say the more stuff they give you, the less budget they have, I guess. So I'm thinking that's probably why they're slacking on shading. But shading, in my opinion, is just what makes everything all the better of a figure. And this figure could be, it's already, I would say, so far an 8 out of 10, but I would give it a 9.5 if it just had a little bit of shading on it. But who knows, it might get better towards the end of the video. Anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the articulation real quick. Articulation wise, head can go up about that much, which isn't far at all. And as you guys can see, I don't even have the ponytail on, so yeah, that'll probably permit it just a little bit more. Anyway, look down about that far, which isn't too bad. The neck moves around a little bit. Mine might be stiff, but of course the head's on a ball peg, so it can go all the way around. Diaphragm joint works just a little, not much, kind of useless. Has a waist joint right here where he can swivel around a little bit. Does have a waist swivel. Arms go up about that much, which is extremely good for this joint right here, because that was bad on Naruto. That was just horrible. And of course, I'm sure you can move it all the way around just like that. And make sure you lock these back in place properly, because these joints are bad about snapping. And as you guys can see, I'm trying to work mine right now. There we go. Lock that back in place always, or these guys could break. Elbow joints about that much, which is extremely good. Swivel right there. Hand is on a ball peg, so you can pretty much do whatever you want with that, especially since he doesn't have any kind of cuffs or anything like that. He has his ring on this finger, which is pretty awesome. I like that a whole lot. Hope you guys can see that. Let me see if I can tap it to focus. It's probably a little too close to the camera. Back up just a little bit. Yeah. Bow. There you go. Fist bump. That is so awesome. Legs move out about that far. It does have the drop down method, so you can move it out a little bit further. Oh, still blurry. Come on, focus. There we go. Anyway, as I was saying, leg goes out about that far. Does have the drop down method, so you can move it out a little bit further. Knees bend about that much, which is awesome. Mine, like I said, is a little bit stiff. Foot is on this peg right here. I don't know what it's called. I want to say it's a ball peg. Move forward about that much. Move back that much. Does have a toe hinge just a little bit, and as for ankle pivot, you can get it however you want. So amazing articulation for this guy. I really feel like with what they did with him, it definitely works. Everything they gave this figure works very well. But anyway, let's move on to those accessories. Now for accessories, he comes with his 2 fist hands, just as every action figure should. His standard I don't care about you look that he always gives. Let me move the light a little bit so you guys can see that. Standard look as usual for Itachi. And let me see if I can stand him back up. Like I said, he has these thick feet like Minato, to where he's very difficult to stand at times. Please don't fall. And for alternate faces, he comes with this one, which is kind of like a yelling face with the Mangekyo Sharingan in there. They look extremely good. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but they did a great job on the Sharingan. And I've noticed they did that on Kakashi and on Sasuke. So yeah, definitely proves these guys can do good with painting the eyes of these figures. He comes with a smiling face, which is the face that he made right before he died. I know people don't cry. I watched it. We all went through it. It was a sad moment for Naruto, the series as a whole anyway. It was terrifying, but yeah. And last for faces, he comes with this one where he's using the Amaterasu, which is awesome. They added the lines in the eyes and everything. It would have been cool if they would have added the blood, but yeah, as we all know, Bandai won't do that. But yeah, still looks good. He comes with two slightly open palm hands, like he's trying to grab something, and they're both really detailed, as you guys can see. The fingernail polish is on there, so looks good on both of those. He comes with jutsu hands, and you can slide this one into here for like when he does his, I don't know what you call it, when he put the two hands together. Basically it's like Kekkei Genkai or some technique he uses, I don't know, but it's cool, and I'm glad that they added to where you can do that. He has two more open palm hands. This one is for the left. I don't know what this one is for. It's almost exactly identical to the second one, actually. Let me bring that up. Yeah, they look just about the same. I don't know. I guess they just wanted to give us an extra hand. He has the Sasuke go somewhere hands where he's poking his forehead. I'm definitely glad they included that. And one that I didn't see in the other reviews is the pointing finger. I was really hoping that they included that, and I'm so glad that they did, because as I think it happened in part 1, he was pointing at someone, and I was just really thinking they weren't going to include this hand, so I'm glad they did. One more we got is the ponytail here, because as we all know, Itachi has that long hair don't care, and what you do is there's a hole right there, you just plug it on in the back of it. Let me see if I can make that work. Yep, plugs in there pretty nicely. It doesn't have any articulation, unfortunately, so you can't really, well, you can kind of twist it around. I don't know, it feels like this piece might break, so I'm not gonna play with it, but yeah, there it is. He has his long hair now. And last but not least, the cloak, as you guys saw. And as I said earlier, you can plug any hand on this cloak, and that's backwards, but yeah, it's just to show you guys you can put pretty much any hand on there. So I'm glad they included that. And also, if you don't want him to have his hand out of the jacket, I'm not sure how well it'll look. I'll show some pictures at the end of the video, but you can pull this little piece, if it'll come out of there. There it goes. And depending on how you angle it, he won't have his hand out of the jacket. So you can do that as well, just in case any of you guys were wondering. Now for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, SH Figuarts Battle Ready version of Sasuke Uchiha, which I love. I think he should be a little bit taller than Sasuke by more than that, but it still looks good. We'll see a little bit more when I pose them in some photos. And last but not least, the SH Figuarts, one of the best made from this line, Kakashi Hatake. Now here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Injustice Batman, SH Figuarts Premium Color Vegeta with the Scouter Vegeta head on top, and the SH Figuarts first release version of Sasuke Uchiha. And I feel like these three characters he's standing next to are just as badass as he is. Last but not least, here he is standing next to his younger brother, Wandering Shinobi, Band Presto, Boruto the series, Sasuke Uchiha, and hopefully one day we get a figure of this guy. Now, all in all, I must say that I do like this figure. It's not perfect by any means, or what I mean when I say it's not perfect, it's just not one of those figures that just extremely captures me, that I'm just in love with. But it's a good looking figure. It captures the character perfectly. Like I said, I feel like a little bit of shading would have done this character a whole lot more justice, but overall, it looks great. It captures him. It's Itachi right out of the cartoon. I give it that, and I've got to say that Bandai is doing so good at making this Naruto line, because the first two figures, anyone probably would have lost hope. I think the only reason that I really liked Sasuke as much as I did is just because of who he is, and that's my favorite character. But this guy is awesome. If you're an Itachi fan, highly recommend it. If you're a Naruto Shippuden fan, highly recommend it. If you're collecting this line, then there's no reason for you not to have this figure. I mean, it's great articulation wise, as far as everything. I mean, it can do it, and it just looks great. So highly recommend this figure. I would say I still give it about an 8 out of 10, because like I said, I just would want a little bit of shading on it, but highly recommend it. I can't stress that enough. And you guys that like Itachi, go pick it up. You won't miss out, trust me. But with that said, this is my review of this guy. I hope you guys like it. If so, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more action figure reviews and anime reviews. On top of that, don't forget to subscribe to me on everything you see listed in the description below, Twitter, Tumblr, and all that good stuff. And as always, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.